we usually do tier lists for every new patch, and we try to be early with the tier list, which means I could be wrong, right? The meta develops over time, and at the point we're making this, 2 characters are not even out yet, which is Drifter and which is Victor. I don't know where Victor is. Yeah. So 2 characters are not even out yet. Paige has only been out for a day, basically, not even, like a few hours. So this might very well change, but I do think I have a pretty good grasp on the current meta, and we're gonna rate characters. And I think we're gonna do it, I think we're gonna do it a bit different this time. I'm gonna rate characters for every single rank, okay? I'm gonna try to take an average, right? So when a character is really good, low ranks, I'll keep that in mind. Because I think we have a lot of new people actually coming in and playing Deadlock for the first time. And if you're one of those and you're watching this video or you're watching live on Twitch, I wanna give you an idea of what's good to get into early, and what's like really strong and on high level. So, the biggest thing in general is spirit damage is king right now. Everything in this game does spirit damage. There is one exception, and we can talk about the exception first. Well, technically 2, and that's Haze and Viper, right? Everything else does spirit. All the new characters are spirit damage characters. Some are hybrid, right? Like Billy does some melee damage, which technically counts as bullet damage. But the meta is all spirit. It's all spirit. Mirage, to an extent. Sometimes, yeah, sure, Mirage. I don't think Mirage is that good in this meta, by the way. But basically buy your Spirit Resilience. Or don't buy your Spirit Resilience, because Spirit Resilience got nerfed, so now it's bad. So yeah, the meta is definitely burst Spirit heavy. It's a lot of Spirit damage. And Viper really feels very weak. Viper got nerfed quite hard in a few patches ago. She was really good a few patches ago. But she got nerfed quite hard, and she's kinda... I almost want to put Viper D tier. I'll put her a C, because I think she's not quite unplayable, right? And it is actually valuable to have like 1 or 2 characters on your team that do gun damage, because those are the only characters that the enemy probably won't counter directly, right? Because everyone builds spirit armor, right? So there's definitely value in the fact that you have a gun character on your team. Just by existing. If that wasn't in, if that wasn't part of the equation, I would put Viper easily D tier. But I'll rate her C, because I think there's value. If everyone on the other team counters spirit damage and you're the only gun hero, you get value out of your character, right? Either you force them to buy bullet armor or you actually do damage. And Haze, I think, is good. Like, playable. I think she's pretty solid in lane. She's actually quite good against most new characters that are out. She's good against Billy. She's very good against Mina, because if Mina peeks her, and Mina wants to peek her to get the stacks of love bites, right? So if Mina peeks her and the Haze has good aim, the Haze can actually poke her out. Well, funnily enough, Mina has even less HP than Haze, which Haze is one of the lowest HP characters in the game. But yeah, I think Haze does well in lane, and the way you want to play Haze is probably like the spirit, the silence wave kind of character, right? Where you initiate, sleep dart, silence wave, ult, and then fury trance. Fury Trance is also a great item on her, so I'll put her a high B tier. I think she's pretty solid. And I think the same goes for Mirage. Actually, I'll put him... What do we think about Mirage? Is Mirage a bit better still? Like, Mirage is a shell of its former self. If you played the game, you know, a few months ago, Mirage was insane in lane. Like, he's like a mid laner, I feel like. He's not that scary in lane anymore, it feels like. He does have the global teleport, so if you have a team that coordinates, you can be in the team fight, but like, this is a ladder tier list, right? Not a pro play tier list. He's definitely better in pro play. In ladder, I don't see Mirages using the teleports like that effectively, and split pushing on the guy is kind of like, it's kind of mid, right? Like, he doesn't kill towers insanely fast and walkers. So I'll put him B tier. I'll put him a bit above Haze, but I think he's fine. I think he's fine. I don't think he's like... Low A. We'll say low A. He's definitely better than Haze by a bit. Abrams. I think he's solid. I want to put him low A. Abrams, that is. He's definitely a bit above average. He is scary. He's okay in lane. He can build like a hybrid build that is really strong. Right now, I think most Abrams players buy a bit of everything, right? Like, you get some... Do you think Abrams is S tier? I don't think he's S tier. I think there's characters that are better in the game right now. I think he is very solid. Maybe I'll rate him above Mirage. But yeah, I think he's just good. Like, he's a tank. You want... Like, the meta is definitely Spirit Burst, and Abrams can live, right? That Spirit Burst. He's one of the few characters that is very tanky in the game right now. Yeah, I do think he's A tier. Bebop. It's very hard for me to rate this guy. I haven't played against a lot of good Bebops. I think, well, I have played against Bebops. I've played like 130 games since the patch, or 140. We've been playing like 8-9 hours a day. I've played against a lot of Bebops. I will say, the new characters, which are in every game, right? The new characters are in every game. They do very well against Bebop. Billy is great against Bebop. Mina can just dodge the bombs. Dorman can fuck him up, right? Like, if Bebop comes close, you have a free ult on Dorman, right? And Dorman is kind of broken, by the way. Like, spoilers, like, he's insane. He can like actually bully Bebop, right? Like, the card is insane. I think Bebop just has a weak matchup against the new characters, and because the new characters are obviously A, very powerful right now, and B, very popular, I'm gonna rate Bebop B tier. I'm gonna rate him B tier. I think he's playable. I think he's not awful. I almost want to put him like, yeah, I'll put him lower than Hayes. I don't think he's quite as bad as Viper in that sense. But yeah, he has bad matchups. Which, we're going to the first DLC character. And I do think Billy is absolutely fucking broken. Here's the thing. What you have to keep in mind of the new characters, right? Most players don't have a lot of games on them. And when I first started playing Billy, he felt weak, right? And I think most players that started playing the new characters, they felt weak. Why? Because we have 2 games on them and not 500, right? Like, I have 500 plus games or 1,000 games on Wraith and 7, and I have a few on Billy. So of course I won't know the intricacies of the hero yet, right? And he's very hard to play. But like, the more I play him, the more I realize how broken he is. He wins 1v1 against basically any character in the game if you have your ult up, if you play it properly. Like, he doesn't lose 1v1s. As long as you have your blasted up, if you play it properly. He has an insane teamfight ult. Billy ult is crazy. You can chain the entire enemy team, make them slowing hexed, right? Movement slowed, they can't escape. You could pull them to your team. You're just an insane disruptor. You can build very tanky, but you can also build like very high damage. He has some of the highest gun scaling in the game. Fun fact. He has like the 4th highest gun scaling in the game. So in the end game, he does like insane gun damage too. And the more people will play him, the more people will realize how broken he is. Right now, Billies still go for a lot of melees, right? So in your games, it might feel like, oh, you're parrying the Billy and he does nothing. But good Billies over time will not get parried. They will use their 1 to reset their blasted. They will not melee you a lot. They will just shoot you with the gun or use a lot of rapid recharge spirit abilities to kill you. And once Billies get to that level, that character will get nerfed, 100%. This character is too strong right now, and it's only gonna get stronger, because people will only get better at him over time. Calico is... She's just not as good as DLC characters, right? Like, I don't know. She feels very weak. Like, so here's the thing with Calico, yeah. She used to be a tank, right? She's not super tanky, like other characters just tank better than her. And then the last meta, we had Calico Burst, right? Where you would go Arctic Blast and you would use your 1. That's still the main way to play her. Where you leap in, you press your 1 and then you ult and you do a lot of burst damage. But she's not the best at bursting. Like, Pocket is better, Lash is better, Mina is better at bursting. And she's not great at tanking either. So she's like a character of all trades, but she doesn't do anything amazing. So she's just like kind of below average, in my opinion, right now, in the meta. Yeah, I think Dorman is by far the best character in the game. If you've not played against a good Dorman yet, so here's what a good Dorman will do, okay? They're gonna max their card. The card stun is insane. Because A, it moves you away or into the enemy team, right? And they can combine it with like teleport, ult, everything, right? So it's gonna move you away or in. And that takes a while, right? So you're stunned while you're on the card, you can't do anything. And then if you hit a wall, you're also stunned for another 1.5 seconds. And then if he buys Echo Shard, he has another. So technically, he can keep your movement lock for like 10 seconds. Like, he can ult you, then throw a card at you, and then throw another card at you, and you're just dead. Like, he's crazy. He has insanely good laning. Like, he's an S tier laner. His gun does a lot of damage. I've seen people run Gun Dorman, and even that hurts like hell. Like, he hurts like hell. And obviously, we don't have to talk about the doors, right? They're like crazy. And people will only get better at the doors. You can use it to save your team. You can use it to recontest mid-boss if your team uses it. You can use it in lane to to be behind the enemy to shoot them. This character is absolutely busted, will need hard nerfs. And the ult is literally the best solo ult in the game. It's like better than Mo and Krill ult, right? Like Mo and Krill grabs you and you can't move for a few seconds. This makes it so you can't move for a few seconds. You take a lot of damage and the enemy team can set up on you, right? So if you get caught, the enemy team, a lot of the time, 5 people will sit there and instantly burst you and you're just dead. Right? And there's like one counter, which is counter spell, where you jump down in the ult and counter spell, but even then you're probably dead after, right? Plus, if you don't make it out of the hotel, it also does like what, 500 to 1000 damage. It's like crazy damage too. So yeah, this character is by far the best character in the game right now. Like not even close. We'll have to see when Drifter and Victor come out, how good they are, but this is so far the best DLC character. And I say that while acknowledging that Billy is also crazy. Drifter. I mean, I guess we'll add a tier. We can do some predictions. Not out. Yeah, depending on when you're watching this, Drifter not out yet. Probably gonna be out tomorrow or today, whenever you're watching. So far, they have been pretty good at balancing the characters, I think. Like, Mina is... Like, they're all strong, but other than Dorman, they're not completely broken. Right? The last 4-hero update with Calico and Holiday, they were completely broken, the DLC characters. But they have been doing a good job so far. We'll have to see how good he is. Dynamo? I don't know, man. I mean, I think he's good, right? So the issue with Dynamo always has been that he's weak in lane. But obviously he has the strongest ult in the game, probably. Or one of the strongest, right? Like Black Hole. Even if your team is behind like 20, 30k, you can always turn the game around if your Dynamo hits a big black hole. It's the best AoE teamfight ult in the game. But yeah, he loses a lot of lanes. He has to play very passive. He doesn't do a lot of damage other than his ult, right? Like you can go for the 1 max, right? The Impregnator build, but like I think he's just solid. Not bad, not good. Yeah, if you don't know, these characters are kinda on ice right now. The Hero Labs characters. So we don't know if they're gonna come out. But obviously Valve doesn't like them enough to where they release now. Also, I just realized I have a crosshair on the screen. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Wait, why do you still see it? Oh, it's because it's display capture. Oh, wait, let me get rid of the crosshair. Boop. Okay. Yeah, so we might see these characters in the future, but for right now they're on ice, and I gotta be honest, like 3 of them I found very boring. Like, Raven looked pretty cool, but like 3 of them are pretty boring. Great Talon, I think, is very solid. I wanna... Yeah, I'll put... Do I rate him A? Yeah, probably. He's not quite Vindicta level broken, but Spirit Burst is king. If you have a frontline, Great Talon does insane damage. His bird is really strong. It recently got buffed. The cooldown is very low. You can use bird like a lot in the fights. It's an amazing teamfight ult. He does have his weaknesses, right? He's very squishy and he needs a lot of money to get online, I guess. And he's okay in lane. Like he's actually good in lane. Like he's not okay, he's good in lane. But I want to rate him low A. Spirit Burst is king, and Great Talon is one of the highest Spirit Burst characters in the game. If you go up against a Great Talon and he catches you out mid-game, right? And he shoots like 3 arrows at you, you're dead. That's it. Okay, Holiday. ST character. Not quite DLC level. Not quite DLC level, but it's the best initiation ult in the game still, Lasso, right? She does insane damage in lane with her gun. She has some of the best movement in the game, right? Like, bounce pads are crazy to get in, crazy to get out. And barrels are really strong. There's not much to say about Holiday other than she's really busted. And she's been busted for a while, and I hope, like, Valve addresses her eventually. Because I do think she's kind of unfun to play against with the way she works. Infernus seems pretty solid. People are right now mostly running a dash build. I will say though, I have a personal theory. I think gun build on Infernus is more viable again. Because Infernus gun actually has very decent matchups against the new characters. if you have a gun build and you burn the Mina, she has to get out. Like, she's basically won every time you burn her because Mina's base HP is so low. So he has a very solid matchup against Mina. He's also great. Well, not great against Billy, but he has a decent matchup against Billy, where if you keep your distance, you can burn him, and like, you know, he needs to be in your face to do damage. And if he doesn't have his Ram, his 2, Infernus can dash away and just like kill him. So yeah, Infernus is very solid. Like, he's a high B tier character. I almost want to put him A. I think he's a solid. He's a solid carry character. He's a very good carry character. Ivy. What do you think of Ivy? That's the one character I'm actually unsure about. A? Yeah, probably. I mean, Ivy's a support character, right? Like, she works really well together with like Vindicta and shit, because Katsu Bomb is really annoying. And I always say this about Ivy. You don't notice the Ivy ult a lot, but it's one of the better ults in the game, right? It lets you escape or get in, and then basically silence the entire enemy team. And you don't notice this in the fights as much, because it doesn't do much damage, but it literally stops your team from playing the game for a few seconds. And then, like, you're like, how do we lose that fight? And nobody ever thinks about the Ivy, right? You think about the things that killed you, but you don't think, wait, I couldn't play the game because Ivy silenced me, right? Yeah. Yeah. Super. Yeah. I'll rate a A tier. Like, mid to high A tier, actually. Kelvin? I haven't seen a lot of Kelvin, but that's not gonna stop me from putting him high A. So, funnily enough, Kelvin has some of the best gun scaling in the game. I'm not gonna put him S tier, by the way, because I do think S tier... Oh my god, you covered my face with the follow. I'm not gonna put him S. I don't think he's game-breaking like the new characters in Holiday. No. Okay. No. Thanks for the follows, guys. Yeah, so I'm not gonna put him S tier. He has some of the best gun scaling in the game. And obviously the ult is insane, right? Dome is an insane ult. It can like save your team. It can stop the enemy team. It can just kill someone. Easy follow bait. What the fuck? Okay. It's gonna go on for a while now. Thanks for the follows. I mean, it wasn't bait. They're actually triggering me, but like, I appreciate the follows. My god! Guys, this is supposed to be on YouTube. Hello? You're ruining my YouTube video. Okay, yeah. So I'll put Kelvin high A. Geist. I'm not really into old women, right? I'm not like a gilf kind of person. And if you know the Geist lore... Sorry, I'm just seeing my face covered the entire time. If you... I don't know why I started that way. Geist is actually pretty... I think Geist is supposed to be like hundreds of years old, right? Well, she looks kind of young for her age, is what I'm saying. Anyways. Mid. I think Geist has a decent matchup against Billy. But, she's mid. She's just mid. Like, she's okay. She's good in lane. I'll actually rate her like higher B, right? But she's not an outstanding character. You can outplay her quite a lot. Like, Dorman kills her, because Dorman can just literally stop her from life swapping you, right? She has to get melee range. Dorman just like fucking throws a card at you, you're gone, right? Dorman ults you, you're gone, right? And the thing is, Geist wants to be low, right? To life swap. So, like, a good Dorman will literally just wait until you're low and then just nuke you. Yeah, so B tier. Lash, solid A tier. Lash is very, very strong right now. Lash still one of the best mobility characters in the game. It's Lash, right? Spirit Burst is meta, and Lash has some of the best Spirit Burst. Lash also has one of the best teamfights ults in the game still. So he is very good. Yeah, the new map is also, I mean, you say new map, right? Like, the map got changed a bit. Like, Lash really actually benefits a lot from this meta. Because he buys Tank Buster, buys Mystic Reach, right? Buys, like, superior stamina. And he's gonna get value. He's gonna ground slam you and then he's gonna ult. He just does a lot. McGinnis is suffering from the same fate as all the other gun characters. Gun is just not strong right now. And while I don't think McGinnis is much weaker or better than Viper, she did get nerfed. She can't tank. She can't tank through the spirit. And like McGinnis was always like either a left click character that is very tanky, which she can't really do right now, or there were a few metas where McGinnis turrets were really strong, but even like the turrets are also okay, right? I really am not struggling. I see a lot of McGinnis players try to play turret, but like it's not good. Like the turrets just don't do enough, right? She feels okay, but like okay is below average. Yeah, this is a ladder tier list chase. Okay, Mina. Out of the characters so far, I mean, we'll talk about Paige in a second, and Paige, Paige has only been out for a few hours. But Mina, I don't think is on the level of Dorman and Billy, right? Dorman is a level, like, we should actually make a Dorman tier, like, unironically. That's how good I think the character is. Like, Dorman is literally a level above everyone else in this game. Like, not even close. I'm not kidding. It's like, that's how good this character is. We need to make a Dormant here. Yeah. He's like just the best character in the game if you play him half decently. And yeah, Mina is not on the level of Dormant, definitely not. And also, I don't think he's on the level of Billy. She's like a pocket type of character. She's very good at living. She has one of the best escape abilities in the game, right? And a good Mina will go in, bait an ability, dodge, bait another ability, dodge, live, come back, burst you more, right? She's a burst character like Pocket, and while she doesn't do the highest burst, like she doesn't do as much burst as Pocket, she can stay in the fight longer than Pocket, in that sense, right? Because of how she works. I will say, I don't think Mina ult is that good. I don't think the ult is that good. You just line of sight it. Like, there were situations where it's good to combo with other ults. Like, if they're already stunned, it's crazy, right? But, like, by itself, I don't think it's that good. You get out of line of sight and you're fine. It doesn't do that much damage. And a lot of the time, because the Mina is so squishy, when she ults me, I turn around and shoot her, and I actually trade with her and kill her. Like, I can kill her before the ult kills me, right? It is good to kill objectives, that's true. Like, it works well against walkers, but most Mina builds don't put a lot of points into the ult, right? And you kind of need max ult to do massive damage to objectives. So yeah, I'll rate Mina A tier, and probably mid A tier, honestly. I think she's good. She's above average. The average Mina player sucks though, right? Like, it's still a new character, and I think she's the hardest character in the game to play. Maybe other than Magician. Like, she is hard. She has infinite potential, right? Yeah. You disagree with the Mirage pick, Goblin? You think Mirage is weaker? I wanted to put him high A, but my chat wanted to put him... I wanted to put him high B, but my chat wanted Mirage in A. I'm down to... Yeah, we can downgrade Mirage to B. Now, looking at this, it makes more sense for Mirage to be B. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he's a solid character. Okay, so my reasoning, if you just tuned in, my reasoning for the gun characters is really that it's valuable to have 1 or 2 on the team because nobody buys gun resist. Everyone builds spirit resist because the meta is like 90% plus spirit burst, right? So having a gun character or 2 is valuable because they do gun damage, not because they're necessarily good. Otherwise, Mirage and Haze would also be lower. Yeah, Moon Krill is S tier, actually, yes, easily. This is the best tank in the game. Right now, resist items, right? Like Enchanter's Emblem, anything that gives you Spirit or Bullet Resist. Like Enchanter's Emblem, Battle Vest, especially Spirit Resilience, are very weak. They got nerfed very hard, and it's almost not worth buying them a lot of the time, right? Especially Spirit Resilience, I see almost no one buy anymore, because it just doesn't give you enough value for the money. And the thing with Moon Krill is, he has inherent resistance, right? If he burrows, he takes way less damage. He has a way to stop everyone from shooting, and he's just incredibly tanky the way he works because his score heals him by an insane amount every few seconds, right? So, yeah. And he has an ult that is literally like a free kill button if you have a teammate around you. He's the best tank in the game. Other than Billy, maybe. might be a case for Billy. Because Billy has a good matchup for... Billy actually fucks up Krill. If the Krill burrows, I just melee him on the ground. And then when he comes out, I have 1,000 more HP because of my passive. Right? So, I'm not going to rate him above Billy. But I do think this character is crazy. Yeah. Okay, so... This is the only character that I can't quite judge yet, in my opinion. Because I have not played enough with her or against her. I will say that she has a few things going for her that make her really insane. She's a support character, right? You can't really... I know some people played her with gun or book, right? Like she throws books. But the 2 is insane. It gives you a 200 shield or a 250 shield on level 1, basically, in lane, right? Like, it's an insane shield. And if you level it to max, you give it to 3 people on your team. And not a lot of people talk about this, right? But you can put this on a carry character... And they get more gun damage, more fire rate, right? And so she's a support. The ult is crazy, by the way. It's a long cooldown, and it's a long cooldown for a reason. Because it is an AoE ult across the entire map. And if it hits the enemy team, they get hard stunned, take damage, and it heals your entire team. The 3 is just a better Warden Cage. So the 3 is that slowing field. It slows the enemy, and if they're still in it, when the sword hits the ground, everyone gets rooted. You can't move anymore on max level. Plus, if you level it up to max, it shreds them by 18% spirit resist. And what is meta? Spirit damage, right? So I think, from what I've seen so far, you will play this character as a debuff support, where you buy Rescue Beam, and then you max your 3 and your 2. And you give everyone shields. And you debuff the enemy, right? Like, you throw the 3, you hit someone, and if you hit that someone, it's kind of like a Vindicta tether, only more debuff. That being said, Vindicta is still a buff. Which I'll talk about it in a second. So yeah, I think Paige is at least A tier. It might turn out that she's even stronger. And yeah, but that being said, I don't think she's below A tier. Because she's probably... Yeah, I don't know. Like, she's good, right? Like, she does really good damage in lane. Like, the books actually hurt a ton. The only ability that seems underwhelming on her is the 1. Right? The 1 is kind of weird. Like, it's an AoE deny. It's kind of like Katsu Bomb. But it doesn't slow, right? Like, Katsu Bomb slows, so it's kind of easy to dodge the ult. Sorry, the 1. And it's like, it takes a long time to cast, right? So you can't really use it in lane either. So, yeah. Yeah, Vindicta is probably above Billy, unironically. So I guess we'll talk about Vindicta now, right? Vindicta has an ability called Stake and an ability called Crow. What they do is they stake you, you can't move. Then they crow you, you get debuffed. You take spirit, mostly spirit resistance, and then they throw alchemical fire. So you're incredibly debuffed against spirit damage. And because your entire team has spirit damage, they just nuke you. You get staked, you can't move out, someone comes in, throws like a spirit spell, you're dead. And she has no risk, because she sits in the back of the map flying. You can't kill her. She's the second most broken character in the game. And that's me saying that while Billy's in the game. And I think Billy is crazy. But like, Vindicta is fucking stupid. That character needs a nerf, and needed a nerf like a few patches ago. She's just way too good. And here comes the person in chat that has no clue how to play. Says, then you buy debuff remover and it's all over? No. Because you have double stake, because most Vindictas run like either Echo Shard, or even if they don't, right? If you get staked and then you debuff remove, and then they throw Crow, you're still debuffed, right? And there's 5 other characters in the game. The cooldown of stake is way too low, so even something like debuff remover, which you kind of have to buy against her, doesn't do enough, right? She just perma debuffs you. There's gonna be fucking alchemical fire on the ground. You're gonna be crowed. Your fire rate is gonna be slowed because every Vindicta runs suppressor. It's the most oppressive character in the game, for sure. Paradox is also back. Paradox is back, right? I think he's back. She's back, sorry, it's a she. Is she on the level of Holiday? Probably not. I'll put her in A, in high A. I don't think she does kind of the same thing that Holiday does, right? She's almost as good in lane, and in some aspects she's better, right? Like wall, sometimes like the time wall provides insane value, So she's the second best initiator in the game after Holiday for sure. I will say that she's a tiny bit weaker probably than Holiday still. But she's amazing. She's really good. The only weak part about her is her laning is okay. But like then after, she does really good damage. She can initiate. She can live. She's crazy. Paradox is crazy. Same for this guy. Fuck Pocket, bro. I hate Pocket. This character is everything I hate. He jumps in and kills you in 1 second. This is the highest Spirit Burst in the game, and we're in a Spirit Burst meta. Pocket flies in, probably hits some barrages on one of your teammates, so you don't even know he has a barrage stacks, right? He probably hits some barrage on your teammate, and he flies into you. He presses 4, Cold Front, Arctic Blast, right? And then 2, and then you're dead. And you couldn't play the game. And even if you don't die instantly, if you get afflicted, you're at 1 HP and you're back in base. Pocket is easily S tier. He's high skill ceiling streamer. Pocket requires skill to learn. He requires no aim whatsoever. His abilities, all of his abilities are dogshit easy to hit. Once you learn the game flow of Pocket, his abilities are you don't need to aim. You can't miss the shotgun, it has incredible big spread. The 1 is literally massive AoE, the 2 is massive AoE, the cloak you can kind of miss, but it doesn't matter, it doesn't do that much damage, right? And the affliction, yeah, it's weak in lane, like it's pretty small in lane, but then after, you know, you go Mystic Expansion or Cultist Sacrifice, and then you hit it, and then they're all dead, and then you smile, and then you're like... And then you sit in, watch this video, and then you go into the Pocket Discord and go, Metro rated Pocket S tier again. He's not even that good. Yeah. Hey, Pocket Discord, I read your comments. You're delusional. All of you. Your character is broken. You're delusional. Okay? Most of you probably playing Mina right now because she's like the new Pocket. But like, yeah. Pocket is stupid. Every time I make a tier list video, the Pocket Discord goes, he's not actually that good just by spirit resilience. Doesn't do shit. I still die in 1 shot. Okay, had to get that out of the way. Sorry. 7? Is 7 still S tier? What do we think? Is 7 still S tier? I haven't played him enough. Yeah, I want to say high A. Yeah, I agree. 7 feels weaker. I think 7 is high A. I don't think he's S tier anymore. Simply for the reason that the meta is back to more early team fights again, because all the new characters are really strong at all points in the game. So there's, right now, the way people play on ladder, there's more fighting, right? Less farming. More fighting, less farming. And 7 needs a lot of money to get online, right? Once the meta calms down a bit, and people like stop like forcing fights so hard, maybe he's going back to S. But right now it's so much fighting, and 7 is kind of weak in the lane and then the early mid game, right? He is kind of weak. It's funny, bro, D1. I had Mirage in A tier, someone comes in, I put him down to B, and now you want him back in A. I do think he's good. I don't know if he's A tier, but yeah. My point is, 7 is the best carry character in the game once you get farm still, right? Oh, we can check the win rates. Yeah, I haven't looked. Let's take a short look. And before we see this, and I don't know what this is going to look like, I will just mention this before. Win rates alone do not reflect the strength of a character, because some characters are just more popular, and when a character is really strong, a lot of people play them, and then the win rates get skewed, right? A character like Shiv has always had a low win rate, even in the patches where he was insane. So it's not like a super good indication of like strength of a hero. But like if we look at, yeah, I mean he's solid. Let's do like Ascendant to Eternus. Okay, he's up there still in the win rates for sure. Moon Krill, yeah, it's hard to judge this, right? It's funny, otherwise like a lot of the characters I put high are up here. But the reason I don't like to look at win rate in specific, like this is a perfect example, Mina, right? She's incredibly hard to play. If you don't play Mina well, she does nothing. But a well-played Mina is really good, right? That's why I rated her A tier, right? And this is always like the case with like characters that can die very easily. Great talent too, right? And this is a joke, by the way. Like, for example. Right? This is why win rates do not tell you the entire story. Because Vindicta is like broken, but there's enough idiots to throw on the character because you can die pretty easily if you're not safe, that the win rate is somehow lower than it, like, realistically she should be up here. Anyways, okay, let's continue. Yeah, Brings me to Shiv, I think. And this character is just kind of shit, no? Is Shiv the weakest character in the game? Probably not. I think I have to put Viper down here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to rate him that high, though. I mean, maybe he's B tier, maybe. But I don't think he's that good. You think Shiv is okay? Love-hate relationship with Shiv? I mean, I've played 120 games since the patch, at least, right? Probably more, probably like 150. I have not had a single Shiv against me or with me that carried. Right? So, this is, of course, sounds kind of subjective, and it is. But the character just seems kind of... Like, yeah, he's tanky, and yeah, he can execute you. But, like, he doesn't feel scary at all. I'm not gonna rate him higher than C. He doesn't feel scary, I think. Okay, if you want a tank, you go Mon Krill or Billy or Abrams, right? And if you want a nuker killer, then you go fucking Pocket or something. Why play Shiv is my point, right? Why play Shiv? Right now. Sinclair. I don't see enough Sinclair. Always hard for me to rate this character. He definitely fell off. He used to be really good with the melee build, right? But that has been not in the game for a while, right? If you hack someone now, they can run away pretty fast as a bunny. So the only real way to play Sinclair is... The only way to play Sinclair is one nuke and ultimate, right? The rest of his kit, kinda okay. And he's still insane in lane, don't get me wrong. He still does insane damage in lane. But after he falls off, he's a support. But that being said, he has insane playmaking potential if you steal like the enemy black hole, Warden ult, right? He has insane playmaking potential, but I think otherwise he's just like a kind of a shell of his former self. I just don't think he's that strong. Victor, probably gonna be out Friday. If you don't vote for Drifter, and Drifter is not coming out tomorrow, I will ban all of you in chat, by the way, whoever voted for Victor. Yeah, we'll see how this... I don't know. This is gonna be a tank kind of character. We'll see. It would be funny if Victor comes out last and somehow ends up being more broken than Dorman. That would be really funny, but I don't think it's possible to be more broken than Dorman. Viscous. Stupid. Viscous stupid. I hate Viscous players, man. They piss me off. He's not S tier, but I think he's very solid. And again, this is for ladder, right? Not pro play. I think Viscous is really solid. The ult is so fucking annoying, bro. Yeah, I hate Viscous, man. I hate Spirit Nuke Viscous. And I hate the ult. Viscous is really good. Right? Cube is good, ult is good, Splatter is good. Puddle Punch, not so much, but, you know. Why is Dorman so good? Go back in the VOD. We explained already. There's a lot to talk about with Dorman. Warden. Kinda Thanos, no? Okay, so let me... You can only play Warden as Old Warden, but Old Warden is broken. Once you get your Lightning Scroll and your Spirit items, you jump in with Majestic Leap, you ult, and they all die. It's the best mid-boss contest in the game, kinda, damage-wise, right? If you want to win the fight in mid and you don't necessarily want to steal, but you just want to kill them, Warden kills all of them. Warden is an old bot. The rest of his kit is weak, right? Like, Flask is good in lane, and the gun is okay in lane. His 2 and his 3 are kinda shit, but it doesn't matter because the ult is one of the best, if not the best in the game. Like, he just jumps in. Which ult in the game is better than Warden ult? Maybe Billy now? No, Billy's not as strong. Maybe. Yeah, Dynamo. There you go. I mean, Dynamo has more potential to game change, I guess, but Warden is up there, right? Okay, yeah, my point is it's like a top 3 ult in the game. And you combine it with Lightning Scroll, nobody can move, they all die. It does insane damage, you won't die, you have insane lifesteal. Crazy. Warden crazy. Wraith is dog shit. I'm not gonna put her down with Viper. But she got even weaker in this because... Again, same reason I'm rating 7 a bit lower, by the way. Right? Wraith needs even more farm than 7 to get online, and Wraith is even worse than 7 in lane. No, Wraith is dog shit right now. Ask anyone in chat with a brain. Wraith is fucking dog shit, bro. No, it's not even rage bait. I always say this. I don't know, Tomo. You're like, I'm not trying to make fun. Okay, you can call me biased. I'm a Wraith player, right? But I'm just as much a Billy player, right? I love Billy right now. I enjoy Billy more than Wraith because he's new, right? And I'm just as much of a 7 player, right? And I rated Billy the highest rank, so don't call me biased there. If I get 7, I'm like, okay, game is winnable. If I get Billy, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. If I get Wraith, I'm like, oh, guess we lost. Okay, Wraith is a noob stomper. If you have decent movement, and you know, all you have to do is pay attention to when she has ult. If you buy counter spell, it removes the ult completely. And even if you get ulted, you dash behind the corner, you're fine. You're not even movement slowed. And she does no damage until she gets like a lot of farm, right? So I'm saying this with 100% honesty and passion here. She is better in lower ranks. And I can guarantee you, and I know we said we're not going to talk about win rates anymore, but I can guarantee you the higher we go in rank here, the lower the win rate of Wraith will be. You want to know why? Because once you learn how to counter Wraith, she becomes weaker and weaker. She's just a good noob stomper. Because noobs, they will get lifted and then sit in front of the Wraith and take it up the ass. You know, it's like, oh, kill me, I guess. When you could just dash behind the corner, wait 2 seconds and then turn the fight. She's incredibly squishy. And she does very little damage until she gets farm. And even when she has farm, she has to make a choice between doing a lot of damage or getting tankier. Now, I'm not bringing up the win rate argument. I'm trying to prove a point with the character being better in low rank. Is my point here. There's nothing to do with win rates. I'm just saying, so if we're looking at like lower rank, right? Let's look at like low rank games. Like I'd say like Alchemist to Emissary. And see how this looks like. And then I can guarantee you, we're looking Phantom to Eternus and the win rate is going to be way lower, is my point. Because the character is just good against... If you don't punish her properly, she can get in the game and kill you. I'm LARPing. I mean, let's see if this would load. Oh, well, see, Wraith win rate is so low that it can't even show me. The PC just fried. Okay, it doesn't matter. We're starting too much. You can check it for yourselves if you're curious, if you're watching the video on YouTube or something. You can check it yourself later. We can check it later if you mind me. And Yamato is very solid. Yamato is very solid. Wraith has a 56% win rate in Eternus. Are you sure? There's no shot. Yo, can this load, please? Okay. 52. Phantom to Eternus. Check Archon. I don't know why it's not loading. Yeah, exactly. That's okay. And this is why I don't bring up win rates. Because see this guy in chat that goes, Vindicta has a 43% win rate. Why is she S tier? Because most players don't play her properly. But if you play her properly, she kills everyone. That's why. That's why. When I always say this. When Shiv was the most broken character in the game, you had below 50% win rate. Fuck your win rates. Fuck your win rates. Yamato A. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you disagree on anything. I think this is a pretty good list. I'm pretty happy with this. Again, it's an early prediction, right? It's an early prediction. Depending on when you watch this, the meta is definitely going to shift. I would predict that the characters and new ones are only going to get better over time. That's what I'm thinking. That they're only going to get better because people will get better at them, right? In terms of like practice. And we'll see how Drifter and Victor play. But yeah. Basically, new characters, kind of Thanos. But not as broken as the old new characters like the 4-hero patch. But yeah, that's the meta. It's Spirit Burst. And I wish I could tell you to buy Spirit Resilience, but don't buy it. It doesn't give you enough value. Like, just buy Spellbreaker in late game and hope for the best. Meta right now, you kind of just go aggressive and you try to kill the enemy before they kill you. Basically.